do it. It's the Tonali's picks. I believe this is the upset of the week, is what I've been told. We'll look at the fixtures and we'll pick out. Glenn can pick out his upset, and then Shay can pick out his upset. There we go for the fixtures again. I think Chelsea Arsenal is excluded because that it's an either way game, and Liverpool Villa, we're just going to win. Sorry, Shay. But of the other fixtures outside of Brentford, Bournemouth, Shay, where do you see the upset being? I can see we're looking at that right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brighton. They may pull it off. I think City are just in turmoil, losing today 4-1. When whoever posted that comment, I didn't realize it was a complete demolishing by them. So that's going to be very tough pill to swallow because I don't think City's been in like a 3-game slump in years. So they may not be able to handle it. Yes, they have the experience, but sometimes when you're not used to being in this position, it just keeps piling on. And Brighton may get that one, Hollywood win. So I'm gonna go Brighton 2-1. They're gonna pull City. I think they'll do the same thing that happened. They'll go up, dominate the game 2-0, and then City will wake up for the last 5-10 minutes and somehow try to pull it off.
It's also, Haaland is not having the best of times right now either, Shay, is he? That could be a huge factor as well. Like if you can take your mind off Haaland, you don't want to take your eyes off him, but at least to go, there's other areas to worry about right now. We just keep it tight against him, we should be okay. For Brighton to be thinking that shows you the depths that Man City fall in the last 3 games.
Because like you said, he doesn't have the man in the middle to facilitate the plays and let him get run. I think now he's realizing, he has to have those two kind of players. Like you need De Bruyne and Rodri to basically feed you the ball. And yes, Gundogan and them all have the quality to do it. They could do it at any time. I'm not saying they don't have it, but I think that has sucked the life out of them because the two stalwarts of that team are hurt. And now you're having these guys that haven't been the starters for so long to basically, hey, you need to step up and do it. And Haaland's suffering from that because he's not getting the service that he was used to. And all you have to do for Haaland, you just had to put a little bit of pressure on him. So whoever the 2 center back pairing for Brighton, they just got to make sure they kind of throw him off a little bit. He'll get frustrated because, he's that Calvin player. Like he's that good. It's just anything's going to throw him off. So
Glenn, do you share that Tonali pick, or do you have a different one in mind?
I like it, and I may have gone there, but we've got to have a few different ones. I think what's tricky this week is there's a lot of evenly matched sides, right? So maybe West Ham, Everton, Wolves, Saints, Palace, Fulham. These are all kind of evenly matched teams. Even Forest, Newcastle. It would be hard to call a win either way for any of them, an upset, right? Because their teams, any one of them could win those games. So you take away Brighton, Man City. I think that's a great pick. It kind of leaves you with 2 fixtures with upset potential, which is United at home to Leicester and Spurs at home to Ipswich. They're tricky because you're looking at Man United's bounce and you're like, okay, they seem like they're excited for the new manager. You look
just so we're clear. So your upset would be Leicester beating Man United, because I have that the other way around.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know what I was going to say? I think Tottenham will be too much for Ipswich to handle. So, I think looking at it, if this wasn't at Old Trafford, I agree with you. If this was Leicester at home to United, could we even include it? But the fact it's at Old Trafford and United are so inconsistent. And I just think Maddison, Solanke, Son, that's going to overpower a very flimsy looking Ipswich team. If that was at Portland Road, then maybe. But I'm going to throw in with Leicester just because it's a formerly big team. It's at Old Trafford, and there's just seemed to be a bit of energy around the place. And wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be the most Man United thing ever if they got beaten by Leicester this week? That would just sum up their ridiculous season. So I'm going to throw in there.
I mean, if you're going to have an upset, you really do want, a league winner to be upset by some upstarts. And, Leicester could lose to Man United.
Yeah.
We got to keep getting those digs in while we can.
While we can.
But I think that's a good pick. That's the one I would have picked. I actually fully expect Leicester to upset the apple cart on that game, because it is Manchester United. They don't have any fairy tale endings anymore. The theatre of dreams is no more. And they're 13th for a reason. Is this Amarim's first game, or has he still got some gardening time to do?
I think it's his first, isn't it? I thought Newstroy only had one match. I'm not 100%
Oh, was it?
sure.
Okay. Yeah, see, I don't even know whether he has enough time to do any work with him. I think it might be just Van Nistelrooy's picks and Van Nistelrooy's training. So if Steve Sleepy Eyes Cooper has his wits about him, and it's hard to tell because his eyes are so sleepy, this could be a nice, this would be a good thing for Steve Cooper to, if he ever gets fired from Leicester, which I'm sure he will, to walk away and go, remember that time I beat Ruben Amorim on his first game at Manchester
It
United?
won't be. It will still be Van Nistelrooy. I just checked, and it
So
will be starting the day after.
Did Almiron coach Sporting today against City? Or
he did. Yeah, he coached them over the win.
So
yeah, he's starting the day after. So his first game will be the Ipswich match.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There's the Tonali's pick from next week.
Yeah, I would say at least Almiron starting off on United's good foot. They beat their arch rivals today in the Champions League. So he may spark something, unfortunately. Hopefully not when we all play them, but he can do it against somebody else.
But I think I think Tottenham probably have a bit much for Ipswich Town. The problem is you just don't know sometimes with Tottenham. You just don't know. They're Spursy for a reason. So